The cultural shift that happens when you are serving in the military and then transitioning out. So you go from a uniform that said how many times you promoted to now walking out wearing a blazer and now my name is Megan. Dog Tag Bakery is our living business school where we empower veterans that have service-connected disabilities, military spouses, and military caregivers to understand entrepreneurship and small business. So for 5 months, 4 days a week, our fellows participate in 6 hours a week of classroom time. During that time, they're going through 7 courses taught by Georgetown professors to ultimately graduate with a certificate in business administration from Georgetown. The need for our program is to making sure that no one falls through the cracks, to start understanding what does employment mean to you, but also how do you start taking care of yourself?
Well, I got medically retired from the Army in 2015. It took me a lot of time to try to figure out what I wanted to do because depression kicked in. I was excited for the program and the opportunity, 1, to just get out of bed, and 2, having a plan for the day, something to go do, to use my mind again, to accomplish something that made me very excited for what's yet to come.
We have a whole course called Finding Your Voice, taking the time and space to really develop who you are, what your values are, and what your purpose is today, and what that journey looks like going forward.
I was a stay-at-home mom for 4 years, and then I became a caregiver. He was in for 4 years before he got medically discharged. So I was not only a caregiver to my son, I became a caregiver to my husband as well.
So we have military spouses that come through here that don't have the luxury of the resume that their service member, their spouse does, because they've had to move every other year and been raising a family, and employment's difficult if the employer knows they're going to be moving.
The hardest part was noticing that I had to get out and do something. The hardest part was leaving and, taking a step back from that and figuring out, where do I go from here? How do I balance, what I want to do to make an impact on the world, but also how do I balance, my family?
When you come in here, whether you're an officer, enlisted, a spouse, or a caregiver, you're just Brandy, or you're just Tiki. And there's value in the civilian workforce and the civilian world to know who you are today. And it really becomes a kind of an equalizer. We say thank you for your service, which is what we should be saying, but I think we actually really need to be putting a hand out to pull each other back up. And it's not the military community or civilian community, it's about community.